Thank you. Good night.
Oh, Sergeant.
Hi. Anything going on?
Very quiet. First few days of spring. What are you doing around here, Palmer?
Well, I thought I'd drop in here and see what's going on.
Italia furrows?
Well, who can tell? There's usually something happening in a speakeasy.
Holy smokes! Frank Cadwallder.
Hey, Cadwallder. Frank Cadwallder himself. Who shot you, Frank? Tell me, who did it?
I don't know. Come on, Frank. I don't know.
Is he dead?
Yeah. He's real dead. So you're going to be a famous man, kid. The country's #1 racketeer and gambler drops dead at your feet. Holy smoke, this is liable to blow New York wide open. And it had to happen on my beat. Hey, what are you going to stay here? Bring back that. All of you, stay out there. All right. Where did it happen to you?
He was in the card room upstairs.
Now, this puts us in a tough spot. We try to play ball with you, and what happens? The guy gets shot in your place.
Now, look, Palmer, I don't like this any more than you do. But every time there's trouble, the DA tries to raise the ante. You better get up there and find out who did it before some do-gooder starts an investigation.
All right, come on.
Sick and tired.
I'll need you, too. Come on in.
Are we agreed?
It's all right with me.
Yeah, I'm in favor of it. Very well, then. The events of the last half hour will never be revealed. Gentlemen, the three of silence.
Pick the gun up. Wipe it off. Throw it out the window.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Why me? You're closest to it.
All right, kid. Hand me that gun.
No, wait a minute. I didn't shoot him.
All right, you have a chance to talk, okay? Right now I'm taking you down to the station.
Well, what is this, a frame-up? Well, come on, you guys. Tell him. Tell him what happened.
Your deal, Mr. Sachs.
This is no joke. Come on, tell him what happened. Ask him some questions. You'll find out.
Well, Palmer, who did it?
It wasn't me. They're trying to frame me.
Who is this guy, Eve? How'd he get in here? You don't usually let strangers in.
Frank Cadwallder brought him.
I didn't shoot him.
Now, look, murder isn't good for my business, see? A lot of my customers out there are very impressionable. They might get the idea to try it themselves.
All right, all right. Well, I better take you in, Clay.
No, wait.
I've waited long enough. And you guys hang around. I want some statements from you later on.
Listen, officer, you gotta listen to me. I didn't do it. I don't know who did it, but I didn't. Why, I only met the guy a few hours ago, right out there in the street.
Oh, a few hours ago, huh?
Yeah, it was around 9 o'clock. I'd passed my last cigarette, and I was down to my last nickel. When I saw this... Got a spare? Cigarette. Got a spare one?
On the street, they're selling all kinds.
Why, not for a nickel. That's all I got.
What is this, a handout?
Just for a cigarette, I'll bum a quarter from the next guy.
Spreading your trade around, huh? What do you do when you're working?
The journal when I'm working, which was until Monday.
What happened, ran out of news?
No, out of excuses. One bat too many, I guess. Hey, what's all this? How about a
You
cigarette?
look like a smart kid, if your pants were pressed.
Thanks. Now, how about the butt?
Sure. How about making some dough?
What kind of dough?
You name it. 1 grand, 2, 3. How high can you count?
Thanks for the cigarette.
The name is Cadwallder.
Now I know.
Frank Cadwallder.
Now I know you're really kidding. Hey, you're on the level. Since when does Frank Cadwallder pick up bums on the street and try to make millionaires out of it?
Don't undersell yourself, kid. You know what this place is?
Well, it's not Brooklyn Bridge, but I'm not buying.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink. We'll talk over a few things.
What kind of things?
All kind of things.
What'd you find out?
Plenty.
Think Cadwalder's trying to run out on us?
He might have that idea. But even if he doesn't, I think we ought to take care of him before he does get the idea. I got a call from Jim Greendale. He told me Cadwalder will probably be home tonight. Alone.
Maybe he'd like a little company.
He's gonna have a little company whether he likes it or not. I sunk 30 grand into that phony scheme of his. And he's not leaving the country until he makes good.
As far as I'm concerned, the only way that Frank Cadwallder can make good is by dropping dead.
Hello, Duncan.
Good evening, Mr. Cadwallder.
Well, I'm sorry you lost your role, folks, but better luck next time, I always say.
Goodbye.
Oh, hello, Frank.
How are the cards running tonight? The house ahead?
The house is always ahead. Oh, who's your friend?
It's an old buddy of mine. Just blew in from the Middle West with a pocket full of sunshine. He's looking for a place to spread it. Shake hands with Eastside Ferris. He runs this joint.
How do you do?
Well, it's nice to know you, honey. The bar's right upstairs. Yeah, sure. Oh, say, Frank.
Yep.
Were you planning to play tonight?
What's on my mind?
Well, you better get it off your mind. I've got 50,000 in IOUs from you. Now, you know the rules of the house. You've got till 2 o'clock.
Well, tonight might be my lucky night. Anyway, you don't mind if I watch Johnny play.
As long as you just watch. I don't care who you watch.
Now I've heard everything. Frank Cadwallder barred from the tables. How come?
Cards haven't been running. That's how come.
I understood you always made them run.
Science, kid, not legerdemain. They just haven't been running. Why? Look it up in my horoscope.
Just where do I fit in?
I need $20,000 for 11 o'clock. You're the boy to get it for me. Hey, Mabel, come here.
Malacarena.
I'll take that for good luck.
Here. Thanks.
Pocket full of sunshine, my foot.
What's your plan?
A lot of people saw us come into Eve's, so we're alibied. We'll sneak out the back way, get over to Frank's, and get back here fast. Should take about a half hour all told. You go into the next room, talk to Burke Dover at the roulette wheel. Make sure he remembers you.
I'll get Burke in a poker game. I'll meet you in the elevator.
Right.
No more bets, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. The number is red, even then, 14. That's right.
You get a houseman for a poker game?
Well, I don't know. Did you talk to Eve, Mr. Sachs?
Can't find her.
Well, just a moment, Mr. Sachs. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets. That's the idea. I can sit in for the house, Mr. Sachs, if you've got some others.
I've got Will Maribon. I'll dig up some more.
All right. In about 10 minutes, sir?
Oh, 10 minutes. Take a half hour. Wait till you're relieved.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the number is 31.
I've got a game, Will.
Good, let's go.
Hello, Robert. The usual for me. What do you have, kid?
Whatever's safe.
Give me 2 usual.
Yes, indeed.
Well, walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. It looks like we save a taxi fare, Will.
He's got a lot of nerve. He must know we're looking for him, and he walks right in here to meet us. You think we can handle it here?
I think so. I think so. If we can get him into that card room for a while.
How?
Well, we're getting up a poker game. We got you, me, we got Burke Dover. We need a fourth, don't we? Yeah.
Here, keep the change. Now, do you know what the common money is? The sucker bait?
Sure, the dough they let the sucker win before they start take him to the cleaners.
Right. Now, you heard what Eve said. I can't play. But I can turn up with a rich young punk from the Middle West. A guy with money coming out of his ears, who's loaded. A sucker.
Who?
You.
Thanks for the drink.
Wait.
See any dough coming out of my ears?
Sure, here.
Sit down. Now, suppose you sit in on the game. I told Eve you're loaded. She tells the houseman, so about $30,000 comes your way. Then you yawn, get up, say it's way past my bedtime, and walk out with the sucker money. Then you hand me 20 and you keep 10.
You could let me walk out as easy as that?
If there's any trouble, I'll cover you.
It almost worked. No, I don't know. I don't think I want to stick my neck out that far. Thanks a lot, Mr. Cadwallder, but...
Listen, you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I may be a little short of cash, but I still have half a dozen of men to do what I want. Lily, what are you doing here? This is Johnny Clay. This is my daughter, Lily.
How do you do?
How do you do? Do you mind if I speak to my father alone for a moment?
She doesn't mind. What is it?
I tried to call you here, but they said you hadn't come in yet. Listen, Daddy, after you left, somebody called on the phone, and when I answered, whoever it was hung up.
Probably a wrong number.
No, because I looked out the window, and a little while later, there was some men standing across the street watching the house. One of them was Jim Greendale.
Will Marrowbone's man.
That's right. I ran out the back way to come over here and tell you.
Good girl. Has the express company picked up the trunk?
Yes. I have the tickets in my bag.
Good. Now, look, baby, don't worry. You wait here for me. In a full room, they won't try anything. We have to be out by 11 o'clock. The boat doesn't leave until 10.
Hello, Frank.
Excuse me, Mr. Sachs.
Hello, Arnold.
How about a game?
Sorry, can't do it. Abe's posted me.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, there are a few of us in the hole on account of you. We thought we'd get even.
Johnny. Shake hands with Arnold Sachs.
How do you do?
How do you do? You poker player?
Well,
He's from Cincinnati.
That's so. How's everything in Cincinnati?
I'm just there.
Perhaps you can talk Johnny into a game. I'll just keep it. Who's sitting in for the house?
Burke? You know Burke Dover?
Yes, I know Burke Dover. It'll be nice, surrounded by creditors.
Come on, Mr.
Clay, Johnny Clay.
Mr. Clay.
Good evening, Mr. Cadwallder. Hey, Eve.
Yeah.
Eve, who's that with Frank?
Big spender from Cincinnati, according to Frank.
If he's a big spender from anywhere, I'm up. What's the idea, Eve? Why'd you let him in?
Because I've got a score to settle with Frank Cadwallder, and tonight's the night. You'd better get in there and keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, all right, Eve. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Second act of The Three of Silence, starring Walter Slazak with Betty Gard.
Queen's up.
Got me again. This looks like you're lucky not, Mr. Clay, doesn't it?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir.
Your deal. Oh, now, wait a minute.
What's the matter,
That's
Mr.
too
Sachs?
tame. How about getting into the game, Frank?
Sorry, I can't make it.
What's the matter? You've got too many markers on you?
No, it's the rule of the house, Mr. Sachs.
Well, now, Frank here is used to breaking the rules. How much do you owe?
50,000. Been a bad week.
All guarantees, that's Burke.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Sachs, but Eve said...
I'll go speak to her. You know, this is a poker game, not rummy. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Would you gentlemen like something to drink while you're waiting?
I do.
No, thanks.
All right, Mr. Merlot.
Bring me one.
Okay, Frank.
Go ahead, Mr. Clay.
I don't think you can do it, Frank.
Do what?
I got eyes.
What do you see?
I don't see a fast spender from Detroit.
Toledo.
I thought it was Cincinnati. Don't you know he'll wind up with a pair of cement slippers if
He walks out of here with the come-on money. Eve's boys will hunt him down if it takes 10 years. Who's walking out? You're not going to be in a particularly healthy spot yourself for having brought him here. Don't worry about me, Will. I've lived in this town long enough. I know how to take care of myself. Here, cut you for 100. Let's see it. Cut the card. Arnold's begging me. Seems my luck is changing, huh?
Sorry.
Oh, don't be. You can bump me anytime.
Thank you. You're having a good time, Mr. Clay.
Not bad. How about yourself? Like a drink?
No, thanks.
You know, we've met before, I think.
Oh, when?
I was assistant camera on the Journal. We covered your coming out party. Listen, are you really Cadwalder's daughter?
So I've been told.
I guess he hasn't always had bad luck.
Why, Mr. Clay?
Call me Johnny. Say, why don't we go take a walk in the park or something?
But you're playing poker with Dad.
Nothing says I have to. You don't like it here, do you? Why do you come here anyway?
Everybody goes to Eve's. It's the thing to do.
Are you ready, Mr. Clay?
I guess so.
Excuse us, please, Miss Cadwallder.
Don't go away. I'll be back.
Well, I don't know why you should want to cover Frank, Arnold, but if you do, it's okay with me.
I only like to play cards with Frank.
Oh, I see. Having a good time, Mr. Clay?
Oh, pretty good, thanks.
Say, look, kid, do you want to do yourself a favor? Why don't you just say nighty-night to everybody and go home? That is, if you got a home, which don't seem likely right now.
I don't get it.
Who's asking you to get it? I'm just suggesting that you go downstairs and get your hat so you don't get it, see? Look, don't you know that you're chumming around with 4 of the biggest bums in New York?
Well, you let him in here, lady.
That's my business, being nice to bums. But it doesn't seem to be yours, so, why don't you just go to a late movie, huh?
What's the matter, kid? Get lost?
Oh.
Now, that's 1,000 you owe me. Cut you for it all, double or nothing. He's hot.
He certainly is.
That's $2,000. Am I paroled?
You are, let's play.
All right, it seems to be Mr. Clay's deal, gentlemen. Now, the ante, Mr. Clay?
$25.
All right, there's $25 in the pot. Gentlemen? And when Mr. Clay finishes dealing, Mr. Cadwalder, you are to open, I hope.
All right, I will open with 50.
All right, the house calls.
I raise it 25.
How about some chips?
Well, I'll call.
I'll call.
I'll call.
Call.
Cards, gentlemen.
3.
3 for me, please.
2.
Black on 8.
Say, look, sucker, why don't you buy yourself a new stack of chips instead of fooling around with that bunch of slugs you got there, huh? What's the matter?
Would you mind putting that on that evidence?
There's no stopping that boy tonight.
Certainly isn't.
You play much poker in Akron, Clay?
Toledo.
Cincinnati.
Next up, Pittsburgh. The house deals.
Oh, all right.
How much you figure in your head, Johnny?
I don't know. Let's
Mr.
see.
Clay is winning around $25,000, gentlemen.
Well, not bad.
Like to say none of it's mine.
Yeah, nor mine.
No, the house is the big loser so far.
Any complaints?
Well, not yet. I'm not winning anything tonight.
Well, maybe you ought to take it up with your fortune teller, Arnold. Lucky tonight, Mr. Clay.
Moderately so.
Well, more power to you.
Leaving for Pittsburgh tonight, Johnny?
Akron.
Toledo, isn't it?
No, Cincinnati, I believe you said. The game, gentlemen, 5-card draw. And the house will ante $25. Did you say something about a train, Mr. Clay?
No.
That's good, because the game's just getting exciting. We're going to see if we can't whittle those winnings of his down a little, eh, gentlemen?
Very little, I hope.
Well, we'll see, Mr. Clay. I believe you open, Mr. Zack.
I pass.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
The house will bet $100, gentlemen.
Not for these cards.
I'm out.
It's now up to you, Mr. Clay.
I drop.
Sure.
I'm
I
dropping.
beg your pardon?
I fold. It's not worth $100, these cards.
No, but are you sure?
You sound as if you knew what was in.
Oh, no, indeed, Mr. Clay. I merely thought...
You merely thought I'd call you. Well, I'm not going to. As a matter of fact, I do have a train to catch.
To Cincinnati, Mr. Clay?
One of those places?
It is getting late.
Well, now, wait a minute, gentlemen. I haven't won any money yet.
I'm going to call it quits.
Sit down, Mr. Clay. Sit down.
Look,
Your train will be along some other time. There'll be another
but
train
not
to get...
one to
Now,
Cleveland.
look, you have a great deal of money there, Mr. Clay.
I can take care of it myself.
But you don't understand. That is house money, Mr. Clay.
I won it.
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking.
Yes, but if I'd lost,
Could you have paid up?
Well, that doesn't make any difference. I won it, and I'm tired, and I'm going
You're
home.
making a mistake, Mr. Clay.
Now, wait a minute, Burke. The man's entitled to go home with his winnings.
And you know better than that, Mr. Cadwallder.
I told you couldn't get away with it, Frank.
Shut up.
Why should I? It's a double sucker game, Burke.
Oh. Mr. Clay, nobody walks out of Eve's with the come-on money. You made a mistake. Nobody does that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, don't play it so innocent, kid. You know what it's all about.
Come on, sit down. Let's everybody sit down. And play out the hand, Mr. Clay. Nobody leaves.
I don't have to play.
House rules, Mr. Clay. We will play out the hand. The house, I believe, had just bet $100. It's up to you, Mr. Clay.
Johnny, you don't have to play. The game is crooked. They're just bluffing.
All I wanted was a cigarette. I never intended to walk in anything like this. And one of these guys here at the table did it. Now, which one of you?
Sergeant, get this guy out of here. Clumsy, huh? And a new suit, too.
Oh, it'll dry out here. Let me take your
No.
coat. Well, what's the matter?
Now, leave me alone.
Why don't you want to take your coat off, Mr. Sachs? You wouldn't want to ruin a nice new suit. There's where that gun belongs. Right in that holster.
Trying to play ball with you, Mr. Sachs.
All right, fellas. Get me off this spot.
Oh, I think I better be getting back to the red wheel, Mr. Sachs.
I'll join you.
Oh, wait.
No, cards are cold.
I've got to take you in, Mr. Sachs. Okay, kid. Run along.
Thanks. I got a date to go walking in the park.
Come on, Mr. Sachs.
And its 96,000 dealers have just brought you another story of suspense. We're a little late tonight, friends. Just time for me to remind you to be sure and join us again next week for Suspense, and to remind you that from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.